Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
We can't be managed. I mean, the day just from me.
Hello, my gelato gigglers.
Perfect. Hannah, how are you?
I'm in Oklahoma City. Thriving.
How is it?
You'd be jealous.
Do you remember at our live show when that one lady came up to me and she said, and by the way, we do have air conditioning in Oklahoma City. And if that lady is listening, I just want to let you know that Hannah's having trouble in her room with her air conditioning. So do they have it? We don't know.
Look, I'm thriving. Life is not where you are. It's who you're with. And I'm alone. How are you doing?
I'm thriving. It's currently 10:30 here.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy that I'm in the future.
Yeah, I know.
I have to tell you that, I feel like we really do date, because remember when you were away last week and you kept sending me pictures of things I would like? Everything I eat here in my head, I'm like, oh my God, Hannah would love this. Hannah would literally die to taste this. I'm like, how can I bring this back so my friend can taste it? And then you would have been dying because we did the DeSorbo version of going on a hike, and you have to walk up from the beach clubs back to where you live. And it was, I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, it was 500 stairs. I broke my toe. Oh my God. I'm not kidding, I literally have a broken toe.
Is that what you texted me? Because out of
a
nowhere,
full broken toe.
I get a foot photo, a beautiful pedicure. I have to read this conversation because it made me laugh.
I sent you a picture of my toe and you said jump scare. Why would you do that?
Okay, I go, okay, jump scare. You go, you jinxed me yet again. It's always my fault.
Yep.
I go, did you trip on a tomato? And you go, slammed it into a pool chair. I said, did you make a bunch of Italian pool boys carry you around like Ariana Grande? And you said, I tried, but they kept saying they didn't speak English.
No, Italy is the best place on earth. I never want to come home. It's just, I feel so disconnected from the world, and I love it.
Do you feel like you're with your people, your homeland, everything makes sense?
Not to sound super corny, but we went to a club last night, and it's not it's not like a club in America. It almost felt like a concert, and everyone was Italian. There was no Americans in it. We couldn't even talk to anyone. We had no idea what was going on. And while they're performing and playing music and everyone's singing along, I'm not kidding, I got a little teary-eyed because I felt very proud to be Italian and be there. And I was like, oh my God, these are my people.
I thought you were going to say that out of nowhere you just suddenly knew the words to the song and you started singing it.
All of a sudden I'm fluent in Italian.
And you're like, I knew it was in me. How is Craig?
Okay, first day, Craig Googled what is rigatoni. Okay, so we started at the bottom. We started at the total bottom. And now he's gotten pasta for every single meal.
How is he enjoying the bread?
All the bread, eating all the bread. If I lived in Italy, I would be 10 times cooler than I am in America.
We got brainwashed as kids that America is the greatest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When realistically, we could be hanging out in Italy at a beach club just with hot men around us doing nothing. Why are we hustling in America when we could just live a simple life stomping on grapes in Sicily?
If you think about it, our ancestors left Italy to give us a better life, for us to just make money to come back and complain. Why did they ever leave? I'm sure that their living conditions weren't that great and that they had to get out, but...
Okay, well, I'm in America with no air conditioning right now,
yeah.
So it's really not that different.
That's the other thing. I'd love to know Europe's aversion to ice cubes. They don't love them. They don't fuck with them. They want nothing to do with them. And I want to tell them they're missing out on some really good drinks. And they also, like, if you ask for a glass of water, they fill it up, like, not even halfway. And I'm like, is this for an aunt? Because I need to chug this. They drink no water here.
Or they give you sparkling. If you're thirsty and you chug sparkling, you have issues. Like, that's making your thirst feel better. The TV static of sparkling water, absolutely not.
If you're thirsty and you chug sparkling water, you like being slapped during, right?
Sparkling water is the BDSM of water.
If you're thirsty and you chug sparkling water, you don't get the rock out of your shoe. You just keep walking with it.
If you chug sparkling water, you're the kind of person that your tampon's kind of in at the wrong angle and you just keep it in the whole
You
day.
keep it moving. It's halfway out and it's not your problem. Yes, that. Oh my God, spot on.
What's crazy about the water and ice too is, as an American, you'll say, "Can I have some water?" And they go, "Oh, with ice?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Okay." And they're like, "You like it with ice?"
Yeah, they literally come for you. I felt like I was asking for drugs. I was like, you got any ice back there?
Don't tell anyone, give me some ice. That's like in Oklahoma City. I said, "Can I have iced tea?"
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Do you want sweet tea?" And I was like, "No, just iced tea. I'll put some like sugar in it."
Yeah.
They looked at me like I had 7 heads.
Mm-hmm.
I was disgusting, embarrassing to society. The whole day they were like, "Do you like your tea?" And I'm like, "You're the people putting tons and tons
Of sugar.
of sugar in an already okay drink."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I drink actual sweet tea, I could bash my head through a wall and not feel it. It's meth.
I also think of you daily because the naps I've been taking have been like hard, like deep naps. Like, you know, when you wake up and you're like, where am I? I've been having one of those once a day where I would just wake up in my own sweat and I'm like, oh, where am I? And then I just jump in the pool and it's just like, it's the life we were born to live.
Also, you are like such a perfect tan right now. You're actually stunning right now. Like, I'm like nervous talking to you. And I'm friends with Emrata.
And Jennifer Lawrence.
And Jennifer Lawrence.
Wait, did you like my comment on your picture when I said if JLaw asked you to start a podcast, you would say yes and I would agree?
Oh my God.
What?
No, JLaw?
Yeah, can we just talk about that for a second? Like, what I like, you know me, I like to know the logistics. Like, when she walked into the room, what is the first thing that, like, you said to her? Like, did you call her JLaw? Did you call her Jennifer? Did you call her Jen? Did you shake hands? Did you hug?
Okay, first of all, you know I embarrassed myself.
Yeah, of course.
You know I did. But I do have to say, pre-meeting her, I walk in and they're like, "By the way, she is a huge Bravo fan. She loves Summer House." And I was like, okay, so she's a giggler.
Her answer about the what have you ever pretended to like for a guy? She was talking about her husband, and that is pure decentering men.
She never talks about her husband ever, which was crazy. Like, people were messaging me like, I didn't even know she was married.
She felt comfortable with you.
I said, "What have you ever pretended to like?" And she goes, "Art. My husband's an art dealer. I don't get it at all. He's tall." And most of these interviews, I try to open the celebrity up. I try to be silly, make them laugh. Bare minimum, if I could get a giggle, we did it. We did it, Joe. She was making me laugh the whole time.
I know that we always say, like, this is a, like, Emrata Stan podcast, or this is a, like, JLo Stan podcast. This is not a Jennifer Lawrence Stan podcast. Jennifer Lawrence is our religion. You look really pretty right now, too.
Don't try to suck up to me right now.
You do. Did you have eyeshadow on?
No. Yes, but I look like a baked potato. You look like an Italian French fry.
And it looks like you're wearing a dress. Are you wearing a dress?
The bar is so low for me. You're like, "Did you put eyeshadow on? You look so pretty."
No, you do. You do look pretty.
You miss me.
I do. I miss you so much. I miss you so much, to the point where I feel like I was talking about you so much that my dad said, well, next year, why don't you just ask Hannah and Des to plan a trip and so that they're here on the same days? And I looked at him and I was like, that's so smart. Like, why would I have not done that?
Wait, we need to organize our Europe. I went to Europe too early. I'll tell the girlies I went too early because now I have to watch every other be in Italy and France, and I'm like,
you're a trendsetter.
It's like when you eat the best part of the meal first, and then you have to watch everyone else eat like the like pizza or whatever when you're eating the salad. I hate
it's lonely at the top, Hannah.
It is. So Jennifer Lawrence, it's this weird thing where like as like a TikToker, they basically throw you in and you tell the talent what to do, and then there's like 20 like really important people sitting there just watching. So I get in there, and I found out that she's friends with like Jackie Schimmel and Heather McMahon, who I know. So I walk in, I try to be like, by the way, like we have mutuals, like I love Jackie Schimmel, she's an amazing, crazy, creative, disturbed genius. And she's like, yeah. And then I was like, and Heather McMahon, she's like, yes. And then I'm like, and you're friends with Amy Schumer, right?
Oh my God, Hannah, I
just said it. I don't know why. I go, you know Amy Schumer, right? You're friends. Because I just remember thinking that their friendship was like the coolest thing ever. And she goes, yeah, do you know Amy? And I immediately realized that I backed myself into a corner and I go, no, I mean, friends of friends. And she's still looking at me and I go, I'm friends with her in my head. And she goes, okay.
Wait, wasn't there like, I remember there was a paparazzi picture. It was Jennifer, Amy Schumer, and Adele. And they were like out to dinner. And I was like, what tea is being spilled? I also feel like we don't have like a British friend. And I think that we need one because I feel like they gossip different.
Oh, yeah. And they're like, they say all the time, like, we could definitely use some British energy.
We could use some British friends. Yeah.
Love how we're pretending like we can make new friends. But then this is the craziest part. I'm doing the interview and my phone starts to buzz. It was my friend Stuart who was FaceTiming me. Don't know why. And Jennifer Lawrence looks at me and goes, is that Des?
Oh my, she knows your relationship status?
She knows my relationship. So then I'm thrown. Like I'm thrown. Yeah. It was the kind of thing where I'm like, JLaw. I called her JLaw. I said, I did it.
Oh
I did
my
it.
God.
I said, JLaw, you need to stop. You need to, like, I don't prepare for them to be nice to me. Yeah. Like the second they're nice or like accommodating, I'm like, oh my God, I said to her, I go, you don't need to be this nice. Like you could be if you wanted to. And she was like, why would I do that? And I was like, I don't know. Like we were making each other laugh, but I definitely was like on my stupid. Like I was not.
I like when you get in your like silly, goofy moods.
I wasn't cool. I was in a goofy mood, but like I was given 6 minutes. And you feel so much pressure because everything you say is
so like, were you like in a room? Like, were you somewhere and then there's like people waiting to go in after you to also interview her?
So she has like a press day. So she's sitting in this room, made up, gorgeous, all these cameras, all these people, her team. And then I just get thrown in like a rogue TikToker. Yeah. And she's like, hi. And then I brought up Vanderpump and she was like, don't tell me what happens. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure we know what happens. But she's like, I'm watching the last one on the flight. But she's just such a normal person.
And in person, is she like 10 times prettier?
She's so gorgeous in person. Just in the way that like, I go on about I hate how everyone's trying to look the same. Yeah. She has like the most beautiful cheekbones and like she's also just like, she has chill girl energy, and I just feel like you want to take a shot with her.
Take a shot? Oh, I was going to say, like, she would, like, be down to, like, get in the bed.
A shot, a hit of weed, meth, and just lie in bed. Some rigatoni. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's just chill. We love her. I think she was an unfortunate one where the internet loves to turn on women who are outgoing.
Yeah. Remember when she fell going up to get her Oscar? I thought that was like the most relatable thing ever.
But I think she like fell twice, and then people started to get mad when it's like she's consistent.
Like, I trip all the time.
And she does all this funny stuff in interviews, so it was crazy to be interviewing her. But also she's an Oscar winner.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane.
That makes me a journalist.
No, you are. You work for the New York Times.
I also saw Uma Thurman.
How was she?
We don't talk enough about Uma Thurman.
No, we don't. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever once talked about Uma Thurman.
We need to talk about her because I went to this Wes Anderson premiere thing.
Yep.
Which was like cool. Makeup done, hair done, everything did, wearing my Nana's vintage Norma Kamali dress, feeling myself. Everyone's who's who. I don't know. People just look important. Like, you don't know who they are, but you know that like they have more money than you.
Yeah, they're just like, everyone has a clipboard.
Yeah, and people are just like wearing weird like big glasses. They just look smarter than you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like very New York scene. So I sit down, and then right before the film starts, a woman with no makeup on like comes in on the side and sits down. And I'm like, I turn to Haley. I'm like, that's Uma Thurman. And we look. She is so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Uma Thurman.
Isn't she like really tall too?
Tall, and her skin is amazing. Her cheekbones. I want to get to the success level that I show up to very important events. No makeup on,
Mm-hmm.
hair in a bun,
Mm-hmm.
comfy clothes. She is my Taylor Swift.
You want to be Adam Sandler. If you could trade places with anyone, it would be Adam Sandler. You want to go to movie premieres in flip-flops, shorts, no makeup, and people be so excited that you have arrived.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes.
I get it.
Yes. How many New Balance and Hokas can I buy?
Yeah.
Is what I'm currently dealing with.
I feel like I see a lot of people in Hokas now.
Yeah, people make fun of me a lot for wearing like Hokas with dresses, but like, what am I gonna do? Like, my ankles bleed. I'm a walker. I'm a speed walker demon. I can't be using these like horrible flats sandals that don't have any arch in them.
Okay, I've also been thinking about you a lot this trip because there's like so much walking and like there's so many stairs for like the beach clubs and stuff. And the one day we did all the stairs the same day I broke my toe. The next morning, like I couldn't feel my calf muscles. Like they were throbbing. And I was like, oh my God, Hannah would have crushed the stairs with her calf muscles. And then I was trying to think, like, have I ever in my entire life, in my entire existence of 30 years, done a single exercise specifically for my calf muscles? And I haven't.
Wow.
And so now I'm very into working out my calf muscles. And I've been doing like leg raises every day while I brush my teeth. And that's
Des is recovering from a torn calf, so you guys can do physical therapy together.
I identify as a 46-year-old white man. I think that, like,
he's tired.
I just have ailments, and that's all I want to talk about when I have an ailment. The other day, okay, listen to this. So I kept seeing this thing on TikTok where girls were putting Aquaphor on their lips and then like going out in the sun for a little because it like attracts the sun and their lips were getting like swollen. But this one girl did it and she did it for too long and her lips like blew up and they like blistered and got like really bad sunburn. And in the mornings, I always put Aquaphor on my eyebrows and my eyelashes when I don't want to wear makeup and then like go to breakfast. And when I jumped in the pool, I felt like there was Aquaphor like on my face and my face started burning. It was all I could talk about for 3 days. Like that my cheeks were so red. So don't ever, ever, ever put Aquaphor anywhere on your body and then go in the sun. That's my tip for
But I feel like I wear Aquaphor on my lips 24/7.
When you're laying out and like the sun is directly on you, it like, but if you need to get them a little plumped up.
What is the fashion? What are the girlies wearing on their European vacations from your perspective? Or what do you recommend?
Okay, from my perspective, like what I'm seeing like the European girls wear, a lot of sequins happening, but like sequence in terms of like a maxi skirt sequence, everyone's like kind of wearing like white linen, like flowy things. I'm trying to think if there's like any. Honestly, I'm too obsessed with my own outfits to really even look at other people.
You're like, I haven't looked at one outfit besides my own. What's your vibe?
I've been crushing it. I've been literally crushing all of my outfits. But I feel this trip, for some reason, I feel way differently on this trip. Like, I feel so disconnected from the world that I haven't really posted anything. Like, I've taken a bunch of pictures and, like, content, but I have no desire to, like, click my favorite ones and then think of a caption. Like, I have no desire to do it. So I haven't really posted any of my outfits. But I will say I crushed it. And last year I didn't really wear heels and I felt weird about it, so I found like little baby kitten heels that I brought on the trip, and I've been wearing those. And so I've been very into that, and I've just been wearing all white. Honestly, it does feel like I'm like getting married because all my outfits have been white.
No, but it's so regal and it feels light. It feels good. I also feel like if I look at someone's page on vacation and there's like 30 Instagram stories, I'm like, you're not having fun. You're just thinking about what people are thinking about your vacation. And you're going to have the most epic dump when you eventually feel the urge to dump.
I'm going to have the best dump.
It's going to be euphoric. It's going to feel so good. I want to know, gelato, what's your go-to flavors that you order?
I only ever get pistachio.
Do you know what I heard about pistachio? If it's green, it's not ideal. If it's white, it's next level.
Yes. Their pistachio ice cream tastes way different than like the Haagen-Dazs one that's in my freezer right now.
Yeah.
You get like 2 pistachios in that.
I love pistachio. It's very underrated.
It's very underrated. I had a cheese with a pistachio in it.
Oh, Italians will put anything in cheese.
Literally.
Also, my favorite's Nicciola. The hazelnut one. It's so good. It's basically like Nutella if it was like very vanilla cream.
Rich. Yeah.
Wow, I just literally orgasmed.
Wait, question. What did you think about Kourtney Kardashian and how she did her baby announcement?
It was really, really funny, clever, cute. I thought it was great. I mean, if you're with a rock star, like, you need to do like that. What's the point of being with a rock star if you're not recreating music videos? What'd you think?
I felt like it was very Gen Z. Like, I felt like they were trying to cater to Gen Z.
I love how you think of the business behind it, but you're so right. The nostalgia was so there.
It was, yep. And I felt like it was such a moment.
I thought it was weird. Like, you could tell when she was doing it, she was like making sure the camera got it. Like, she was very like aware of the.
Yeah. Kris Jenner's like in her ear. Higher. Hold it higher. Perfect right there. Don't move.
Don't move. Move your hair out of your face.
It.
Move your hair out of your face. Perfect. And give him a little grin. Little grin. Too much grin.
She's 44.
What?
I might have just made that up.
I mean, that makes sense because Kim is like 40.
Did I make that up? Hold on. How old is... That's the one thing I miss, like our Instagram lives, because we would... Yeah, 44. We would ask a question and the gigglers would know immediately. She's 44, Kim is 42, Khloe is 38, Travis is 47, Kris is 67.
Travis and Des are the same age.
Oh my God.
I mean, 47-year-old guys are hot.
Yeah, because really I feel like guys don't mature until they're 40. So then like they're all of their 40s, like I feel like I'm going to be very attracted to my husband in his 40s.
He actually did something so cute, and he FaceTimed me today.
Yeah.
And he was with these 2 little girls, and they had these like paddles, and they were just beating the out of him. And he calls me, goes, "Are you sure you want to have kids?" And then a girl pulls out a fake gun. I don't know what kind of toy gun.
Okay.
And she pistol whips him in the head, and he's like, "Ah!" And I'm like, "You just got pistol whipped by a 4-year-old." And I'm like, why do I want a kid more because of this? If my daughter's not pistol whipping men, I don't want her.
Something happened like earlier in the trip. My dad said something and I like immediately turned and like was like, "Excuse you," or like said something. And in that moment, I could feel my mom being so proud of me. like, oh my God, I raised such of a daughter, and it is so amazing. And like, thank God, like she smiled when I yelled at her. I was like, don't do that. And my mom was beaming from ear to ear. And I hope I feel that with my daughter. Like the first time I hear my daughter like put a man in his place. I've met a few gigglers too.
Oh, I was wondering if the gigglers are in Italy.
The gigglers are living their lives. They're traveling the world. Craig just got my ice cream from room service and he's placing it on the bed for me. I'm going to tell you something also. I threw up twice while I was here.
Are you drinking wine? Is that why?
I don't know. I literally can't drink anymore.
What did you drink?
Well,
how many Aperol spritzes?
I'm not an Aperol Spritz gal, but I at the club did go back into a little bit of Paige club days. I did get on a table or two, and I did have a couple of vodkas. And then then I wonder, like I'm downing alcohol, jumping up and down, and then I get back to my room, and I'm like, why do I feel so sick? Maybe because I moved all of the pasta around in my stomach into a tornado. And then projectile vomit. This is the best part. We get back into our room. Craig's like, I'm going to order something from room service. It's like 2 a.m. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go in the bathroom and throw up. And he was like, sick. So I go in the bathroom. I'm throwing up. As I'm throwing up, I hear the doorbell ring. And I hear the room service guy come in. I don't think anything of it because like the bathroom door is shut. As the room service man is leaving, he goes, good, like in his Italian accent, he goes, good night and good luck. He could hear me throwing up. And like as I'm throwing up, I'm also laughing.
There's like a 2 minutes where the guy who brings in the room service is just quietly sitting there, just listening to your insides become your outsides.
Like it was so wholesome that he said good luck.
You ate pasta, you chugged vodka, and you jumped up and down. You're puking out Peniella vodka.
No, I'm literally, it was coming out whole. It was literally, I hadn't even digested my linguine. It was just coming out.
Babe,
it was so
you're very
embarrassing.
prone to throwing up, though.
Yeah, I am.
Did it get you and Craig to be closer? Him seeing you in such a vulnerable state.
Well, I feel like Craig has seen me throw up multiple times in the past 2 years.
More than he saw you not throw up.
Definitely more than he signed up to see a human throw up. And I remember the first time I ever, like I was really sick. I woke up in the morning. I don't know if I had food poisoning, but I was up at like 4 a.m. just could not stop throwing up. And we had like just started dating. So I wasn't like nervous, like, oh my God, he was going to like think it was gross. I didn't really think about it, but I was like, oh my God, I'm like throwing up in front of like my new boyfriend. Like I didn't feel like safe.
Yeah.
Like I got like anxious. And he came into the bathroom and he had also had a revelation in that moment that I think that he actually loved me because he looked at me and he said, wow, I'm not even grossed out by this. Like, keep going. Like, you got it. You're good. And so then I was put at ease. So like ever since then, anytime I throw up, he doesn't really think much of it. I'm not the type of person that if I'm throwing up, I want someone like holding my hair. Yeah. I don't want you rubbing my back. Get out of the bathroom. I'm having pure alone time.
It's a war zone.
Like in movies when they're like rubbing someone's back, if that was me, I'd be like, get the f off me.
Yeah, like holding someone's hair back. No, I don't give a fuck about my hair at this point. I can't breathe through my mouth.
What, you don't have a hair tie on your wrist? Grow up.
Trigger warning. Would you rather have diarrhea or throw up?
Okay, I have follow-ups. Where are we? What's happening? Are both lasting the same amount of time? Because both don't typically last the same amount of time.
You think diarrhea is longer?
Yes.
Because I'm quick with it. I will just be like, it'll come out.
That's true. You are quick.
And then I'm light as a feather. I had diarrhea on a boat with Haley this week.
No. At GGE birthday party?
Yeah. So what happened was I was
pre or post salami?
Pre. I stood and positioned myself where I would get all the hors d'oeuvres right to me. Yeah. Like I kind of was like, looked at the girl. I'm like, hey, I'm your first destination. Okay. So I'm eating all these combinations of shrimp and like chicken and all this I shouldn't be eating. So then I'm going to the bathroom and Haley, like a good friend, is like, I'm coming. And I look at her and I
Yep.
said, I'm going to have diarrhea. And I don't think she thinks I'm kidding because I do say that
Yep.
a lot.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. So we go in, I shut the door and I go, hey, Alice, I'm actually having diarrhea. And she looks at me and I was like, you can leave now or forever hold your peace. And she was like, I can stay. And I was like, okay, well then you
don't want to stay.
You've spoken.
You don't want to stay.
So I started going and she's like, well, you have to flush. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to flush 100 times during this. And
Right. And you're on a boat. It's not like they have the best
plumbing.
like
No, I was fully afraid I was going to like break the ship. But the good thing is it was quick. And then I just felt light as a feather and I danced the night away.
Yep.
I have a phobia of puke. I will do anything to not puke.
See, I have since like I started drinking in like high school, I have always been that girl that can puke and rally. Like I used to have such bad social anxiety that like at the pre-games when everyone was drinking, before I even had a drink, I was throwing up in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I would always like throw up and then be totally fine and then like could start drinking or like continue drinking.
I think my stomach problems and your puking is directly correlated with our social anxiety.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's funny that we're so different that it comes out different ends for us. When we were on Summer House, I would get nervous when I would go into the bathroom and like secretly puke. And then like, but now thinking about it, like you would go secretly have diarrhea. I would secretly go puke.
Yeah.
We have problems.
Let's just say the sound guy knew to press mute.
Knew we were disgusting. And then we would get in the bed together. Like we were disgusting.
No, but like what the sound guy has probably heard, because you can kind of like put your hand over your mic when you're in the bathroom, but like I'm not going to do that every time I have diarrhea, which is 8 times during the day. Like at that point, I'm like, we're in it together. You might as well just hang out in the bathroom with me and chat.
Like get me a banana, you know? Like if you hear it, do your part.
If you see something, say something.
No, literally.
You know I'm fighting for my life.
Like, get me a water, you devil.
I love the producers are like, we need more drama. And the sound guy's like, Hannah's having a lot of drama in the bathroom right now with herself.
Literally.
Okay, there was this crazy story that this influencer bought a Pomeranian. Well, she thought it was a Pomeranian, and it turned out to be a wolf.
No. Oh my God, Hannah, I have a cat story.
What? Are you friends with a cat in Italy?
Yes. So we're walking. We had to walk to one of our restaurants, and there was this cat just perched, so regal, so pretty, just perched up on this like stone like pillar outside of someone's house, and the girl in front of me like went up to the cat and like immediately like stuck her hand like on its back and was like trying to pet it, and the cat like looked at her and was like,
No.
how dare you type. And yeah, it literally hissed at her. It was like don't touch me like that. And so then I was like, oh, I really want to pet this cat, but I feel like it's not going to let me because this lady just freaked it out. So I went up to it and I just took like my 2 fingers and I put it like in front of the cat's face a little bit. And then the cat stuck its head into my fingers and moved its head so that it could use my fingers. I literally almost started crying. I was like, this has never happened to me ever.
Wait,
and
that
so
cat
I
chose
love that
you.
cat.
That cat
That chose me.
What colors?
It was like, yes. It was orange and white. She was stunning. She was gorgeous. She was Italian.
I want to base my vacations based on the like square foot to cat ratio of how many cats are in the place. And Des is like, you cannot plan our vacations like you have a cat. Why would we plan a vacation on the cats? And he's like, also, I'm not going on vacation for you to just stop every 2 seconds to pet a different cat. But that's the thing with cats. Like you let them smell your hand first. Sometimes don't even look at them. Don't even make eye contact.
I didn't make eye contact. I was just like, if you want it, it's here.
Oh my God, I'm so happy that you made friends with a cat.
I was so proud of myself.
She was like, meow.
Yeah.
How are all the hand movements? Are there a lot of hand talking?
A lot of hand talking. My brother explained to Craig the different hand movements, and he explained it so perfectly because the Italians, like when they do their hand movements, they really do all keep their, like all the tips of their fingers are together, and they just move their hand back and forth as they're talking.
Loose wrist.
Loose wrist. But Gary explained to Craig that because we're from New York, our hand movements are a little different. So I sometimes will add a little head motion in there because I've lived in New York City for 10 years. So it's a different, and so there's different levels to hand movements for sure.
And the culture clash of Craig being with an Italian New Yorker makes me laugh so hard. And I feel like he's loving learning all this stuff.
Craig gave me one of the best compliments today, and I don't think he even realized that he did it. He looked at me and he said, "You're really bossy." And I said, "Thank you so much." I've also been falling asleep to Italian sports commentators. And let me tell you, I have no idea what's going on, but I know when one of them is mad. And I know when one of them is they literally said we had like some weird, the first night it was like we were watching people bike. Then the second night it was a sailing competition. Then the third night it was like this one girl was trying to like get up this like rock climbing wall. And whenever someone would do something good, the commentators would say, "A mamma mia." Just thought that was the most amazing thing I'd ever heard in my life. So I'm very into the Italian sports channel here.
I feel like Italians want to be passionate about anything.
They're passionate. And the other thing I didn't realize is Italian children getting upset is also one of my favorite things that I've ever watched, because the way that they yell and scream at their parents in Italian is so beautiful. I watched this little girl. I don't know what she was angry about, but let me tell you, she had enough. She literally hit her head. She's like, and yelling at her mom, like, "Abbassina, ma, like she just was going, this girl was going off on her mom. And I just hoped and prayed that like my children will learn Italian so that they can yell at me like that. And I hope for that.
Italians, I mean, this is an Italian podcast.
Yeah.
Also, wait, speaking of cats, I'm not done.
I didn't think you were. I knew it was too.
Yeah, you went on to the next topic way too quick.
I knew you were going to come back for a follow-up. Yeah.
But I just want to say, what do you think about if you met a guy and he's co-parenting his pet with his ex? Sharing the dog, they split weekends, the cat has to go on different weeks with different co-parents. What is your opinion on that?
I am the wrong person to ask because you know how I feel about animals.
You'd say, like given, like God.
Literally. I would say you take this dog and you make this dog thrive. Like there is no way I'm co-parenting an animal with someone that I know that I now hate. Legally can say that I hate. Like also, you think I'm buzzing up to someone's apartment to pick up an animal that I shared with them? No way. I'm either taking it and you're never seeing it again, and if he's like a little about it, then you have it.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Getting a pet together with a guy you're not engaged to or you don't think you're going to marry, I think is like some dangerous stuff. I think it's like you're asking for a fight.
I think it's you want to cheat on them, but you're too good of a person.
Or like the relationship's going bad and you're like, maybe if we get a pet, a little Pomeranian, it'll spice things up, and then it turns into a wolf and bites your arm off.
Step it up a notch and just have a baby.
Yeah. I think it's the ick if a guy's co-parenting an animal.
Major ick.
That's baggage to be like, oh yeah, my ex is gonna drop off, Toto later. Absolutely not.
Like, buy another dog.
And then I have to be nice to this dog that like clearly knows I'm not the mom.
I also feel like it's a red flag because it's like, oh, so you want to continue like checking in on this person, seeing this person. You can't cut off all communication and your excuse is an animal. Just get another animal.
Yeah, like you're always texting them about the dog. I think
No.
it's a no for me, dog, no pun intended. If I want to get out of a relationship, I want out. I want all the way out. Also, as the woman, I'm taking the animals. I'm taking the dog.
I was just going to say, steal the dog and block his number. What's he going to do? Call the police?
I think at the end of the day, we don't get the name of our children to be our last name. We have a wage gap. We get the pets. The women should get the pets. We are caretakers. Men are just going to find another girlfriend to take care of it. And absolutely not. So I don't think there's any co-parenting involved. There was never co-parenting to begin with. The women are taking care of the animals, and we get the animals, period, slay.
One time I was dating a guy and he wanted to get a dog with me, and that's the moment I knew I wanted to break up with him. And I did.
Yeah, don't get dogs with your casual hookups.
Yeah, I was like, get a dog together. I barely know you. Get out of my apartment. Like, that's crazy.
Final note, I watched the Natalia Grace documentary on HBO Max.
Oh, yes.
It is the greatest documentary that I have watched in years, and you know how picky I am.
Oh,
yes.
My God. How long is it? Like, how many parts?
It is 6 episodes.
Okay.
You need to sprint to watch.
Okay.
Because, and it also is a great example of like what editing can do. And I'm not going to tell you guys like what happens, but in the very beginning, this girl is a monster. They're showing like photos and quick snippets of her, and she's not really doing anything wrong, but they're like, she is a monster. She lied about her age. She has pubic hair, and she would constantly pee on the wrong things. Well, they basically were like, she's a shyster. She's
just peeing all over.
She pees everywhere. She's ruining the family, and she's a con artist.
Wait, I have to wait. I can't believe I forgot to tell you. Yes. Wait, I can't believe I forgot to tell you this story. So I'm in the pool like a normal person, right? And I'm like, I have to pee. And so I'm not like getting out of the pool to like go, you have to like go down the stairs to go to the bathroom. And I'm not like going back to my room, whatever.
You could trip.
The pool's filled with chlorine. There's little kids in there, like whatever. I'm peeing in the pool. So I pee in the pool. I'm minding my own business. I get out of the pool. I go to my beach chair. I'm laying down for like 10 minutes. And then I'm like, okay, I got to go up and do my podcast with Hannah. So I put my pants on and I'm walking in to the hotel to go up the elevator. My bathing suit bottoms were very tight today. And I think they held in my pee.
No.
I'm not kidding you, Hannah. As I'm walking up the stairs, all of a sudden, all of this water is just coming out of my bathing suit bottoms, and I'm like, I think I'm peeing. Like, I think this is pee. And my dad is with me, and so I'm telling my dad the story, and he's like, "What? No, it's not pee. Like, it's just water from your bathing suit." And I'm like, "I'm telling you, it's pee." I get into my room, I take the pants off, I smell the pants. I peed my pants. I peed my pants in Italy.
You love smelling your underwear too.
I told you that in confidence. I told you that I didn't. I told you that snippet in confidence to make sure everything was okay. And now all of the gigglers know that. How dare you out me like that? I'm being vulnerable. I'm telling everyone that I peed my pants at a 5-star resort.
In Positano. Is it Positano or Positano?
It's Positano, but I'm not even there. I'm in Capri.
Well, it sounds better. I peed my pants in Positano.
Wait, that's our new merch. I peed my pants in I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to tell Hannah that I had a peeing in the pool mishap.
I can't believe that. I mean, I guess I am a professional at peeing in the pool, but how little are your bikinis, boo?
No, it was.
You need to breathe a little.
It was really tiny. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get a yeast infection from this bikini bottom.
Do you see these bikinis that like they don't cover the outer labia? Like, girls' outer labia are out.
Did you see the girl on TikTok that was like taking the Skims bikinis and putting them on like next to tortilla chips, and they were like the same exact size?
No, like I have a fat ass. I don't need to be like in a rap video at like a family hotel.
Yeah. Today my bathing suit bottom was inappropriate. But I needed to get tan.
So anyway, Natalia Grace is peeing in places apparently, and basically they're like, it's like The Orphan. They're like, we've adopted a monster.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes this so good is that the dad is narrating a lot of it, and this man,
The adopted dad.
this man needs to win an Oscar.
Your kid?
He is the most, first of all, he's flaming gay. Flaming.
I love that.
Not out. Not out.
Yeah.
And he's crying, he's screaming, he's every emotion, and he's strange, like, and like he thinks he's kind of funny. Once he talks about how the mom might have abused Natalie, and he's like, she did this, and he starts punching the floor, and then he goes, ow, that really hurt. Like, just crazy.
He's quirky. He's weird. He's a silly goose.
Let's just say he's enjoying the spotlight a little
Yeah.
too much. And long story short, you're basically like, yeah, this girl Natalia is crazy, and she's like a 30-year-old woman torturing this family. They said she walked in with a knife and was like, I'm going to kill you guys. I was just standing over their bed. I'm like, okay, this is the stuff of nightmares. I feel so horrible for these innocent people who tried to adopt a disabled girl in need.
Yep.
Then you feel like she might possibly be brainwashed to tell people that she tried to kill her parents. And it becomes this very complicated situation that you need to watch. It's incredible. And someone needs justice, is what I'm going to say.
Okay, I'm going to watch that on the plane, I think.
I highly recommend. Oh, also, I got a lot of notes that last episode was one of the funniest episodes people said we ever did. We appreciate that.
No, because when we're on tour and we do Giggly Squad episodes, we're so delusional that they're amazing. We're goofy.
We just announced tickets to Toronto. It's like a huge venue. I think the pre-sale's over, so you can just get tickets, no code, right now on the link in our bio. We love you guys. Thanks for giggling with us. You heard?